Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world, what is poppin', lockin', and what is dropping, baby? Welcome everyone back to the channel, back to the journey, and most specifically, back to this video. Or to this video, not back to this video. Man, I'd fail as an actor. So, I'm pretty bad with intros, so this is obviously out of order. I just came back from leg day, and the new routine I'm putting in, well, it's new to a point. I just made some minor changes to it, but yeah, it kicked my butt. Especially leg day. Oh, geez. Leg day just killed it for me, man. Ooh, I'm definitely going to be feeling that tomorrow. Very glutenized, focused workout. Remember, I'm trying to be the glutamus maximus gladiator. So we definitely have to keep the glute exercises in check. So, like I said, I did some minor tweaks, like I changed some workouts and changed the style of the workout. So, but as you guys will see as the video goes on, I'll explain what I'm doing and the purpose of doing it and So, yeah, and I'm tired. That thing exhausted me so much. That leg day, man. Whew. So, I haven't eaten since breakfast. I'm trying to do like a big meal at the end, see how it changes for me. Honestly, I feel like I could have had a little bit more energy if I ate, but you know, I think I also don't have that much food at home, so that's why I'm going to get food. Anyways, besides the point. So, push, pull, and leg day all had some changes. Pull had like one, push had a couple, but leg day, about half of it changed with machines and exercises and so on. Like, again, as I'm on this journey, of course, I'm learning every week. So I'm updating accordingly. And sometimes I might be doing a little too much, but yeah. So, so I did push day Thursday, pull day Friday, and leg day Saturday. I actually worked 5 days in a row again. Wasn't really meaning to do that, but Sunday is a great opportunity for me to rest and meal prep and do the weigh-in and so on and so forth. So that's more so the reason why I did it. But next week we're going to do the Monday rest day, Tuesday upper, Wednesday lower, Thursday rest day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday push, pull, leg day. So it doesn't have to be in that order, push, pull, leg, but we're aiming for Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the workouts. So for the gym workouts at least. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy what I did this week for push, pull, leg for my weight loss journey and fitness journey. So catch you guys later. First on the block, we got ourselves some flat chest with the Smith machine. The reason why I'm using the Smith machine is because we are trained to failure, and this is a better safety net than actually doing to, you know, like a bench. So the bar is lighter, I will admit to it, but you can add the extra weight on the, you know, on the sides. So that's why the weights have gone up a little bit more on the flat and the incline. So because we are doing it on the Smith machine, just so I don't have the bar slamming on me. I'm also like pretty socially awkward, so asking for a spot, you know, with the, especially with the camera being right there, I just don't really want to try to get people in there because, you know, for privacy reasonings, blah blah blah. So, but yeah, so those are incline flat. Now this machine's pretty cool. I like it because it targets the lower pec. Now this machine, I don't think it's designed to do it, but depending on your formation, you can get your under pec. So you kind of have to scoop in rather than just kind of shove. And when you do that, you can really feel it on your under pec and a little bit more on your triceps. So the further you grip, the more you can kind of feel it. At least I feel it right there. But now this thing's great for your underman titty. Now this is one of the things I've changed. So we're doing a chest fly, right? But we're doing it a little bit differently. So I'm doing more of a push formation, and I'm trying to keep it up as high as I can because we want to target that strip of muscle that's run underneath the collarbone. Now I'll do these kind of quick, so I have to hurry with the voiceover, but new change. So for triceps, I figured I'll just have both of the videos in at the same time. Essentially what we're doing here are tricep extensions and tricep pushdowns. The form on these are a little weird and I think needs to be corrected. Now on the pushdowns, the form's a tiny bit better, but I really need to start leaning my body in more and then having my arms kind of straight out, so that way it gets a better stretch and it targets those muscles a bit better. Now, this guy, not too much different. It's just the shoulder press, except by using the cables. I like the cables because it adds that resistance versus the free weight. And it's just more comfortable that way too. But I've actually gained up 10 pounds since my last week on these, which are pretty nice. Now for my last exercise for the shoulders, a little bit different here. So I was doing ladder raises before, but I was kind of figuring out that, you know, the shoulder muscle has a bunch of different heads. And so we want to target every single one of those heads. So I'm kind of calling this like a shoulder rotation. And essentially what we're doing is you're sticking it out front and out to the side and then out to the back. You can kind of do like a, your upper back style too. So that one's going to be a little bit more work to that, but new addition. Now, I don't know if it was just me or it was really hot in there, but there's going to be times where you see, like, gallons of water just fall off of my head. But, back onto the workout. So, we're changing the lat pull-downs to assisted pull-ups. Pull-ups have a huge benefit, and I think they even target more muscle groups than lat pull-downs. So, that's why I'm doing them. Now, I traditionally do a lever row here, but this is essentially the same thing. And all we're doing is we're just working that upper back, and we're just adding a little resistance here. The reason why I'm doing this is because they didn't have a lever machine there, but yeah, this targets the upper back like crazy. You just got to make sure the form is right. And then what I'm doing here is, what I'm doing here is I'm just essentially touching my back together to kind of get the last like muscle group formations after the failure. Now this is trains more for the lats. We got the close grip cable pulls here. One form that I've learned and picked up is if you try to touch your elbows back as far as they can, it brutally like adds tension to your lats, and you get a lot better response from them and a better burn. So that's why I like these. Now this machine gets used a lot for chest and back, but we're using this for the rear delts or for the upper back. Now this machine's a little bit weird because sometimes you can get a better stretch if you do them independently versus doing both of them like what I'm doing now, but I kind of like just getting them both out of the way versus doing them independent. But shout out to my friend Jesse for filming, man. I think he did a pretty good job here. Now this is one of my favorite workouts, but you got to be super careful because you don't want to target your triceps. You want to focus your lats on this. So a good key concept, something to look for, is keep your back flat, keep it arched, keep your hips separated, keep your arms straight. So now if you want to see train to failure, this is probably the best you'll get out of all the videos I've posted until this one. So I had a little trouble getting it up at first, but these are preacher curls with the easy bar. I typically use a machine to do this, machine with the like plates you can stack on, just because you can get a better grip and better formation versus the easy bar, because haven't really nailed the formation down yet. But as you can see here, oh my goodness gracious, this is the face of train to failure, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube world. So yeah, these kicked my butt. My forearms still hurt from doing that too. But yeah, again, shout out to my friend Taylor for filming this, and Jesse for spotting me on this too. So okay, so one thing we are changing on the leg day is we're migrating from the leg press over to the squats. Squats obviously have a lot more muscle groups to work besides, you know, just some of your legs, as this is very glute focused as well, because, you know, the gluteus maximus gladiator is coming to town. So ladies, you better watch out. So basically what I'm doing is I'm squatting onto the bench here, And what it's doing is it's using more of the glute to lift versus going all the way down, which focuses more on the quad. Now, additionally, we're going to be throwing in some RDL or just deadlifts. I don't think these are really called RDLs, but again, these are very glute focused. As I'm doing here is I'm actually bending the knees a little bit, and what that's going to do, it's going to do a better and a bigger stretch for the glutes, so it tears more of those fibers, so we could build a better boot head. And then right after those, we go into a very glute-focused deep step downs. Now, I found this really cool machine, and actually what it does is it uses cables as the weights. So I'm mimicking the same dumbbell weights, but this time we're just going to use the cables for both. And let me tell you, it seems pretty cool. It's got a perfect level for the steep steps and everything. So I'll be using this in the future. You know, right after we gotta go in the hammies, man. The hams and the hams. So we actually went up 10 pounds heavier than last week on these, which are really cool. Basic leg curl exercise. I mean, not really much to it. Been doing this pretty much since the beginning, so really good ham workout, though. When you cook a burger, you gotta do one side and the other. Same with the legs. You gotta do the hammies and then you do the quads. So, except for the leg curl, we're now doing the leg extension. Pretty much the same weight on these as before, though, but great exercise to work the quads, especially since we don't really focus them on when we do the squats as well. So, yeah. Now, this exercise is more for the ladies, but hey, nothing wrong with a guy doing this, doing the good old glute drives or hip thrusts. Although there was a woman next to me doing the same thing, except her machine was with the stack weights versus the plate weights. Yeah, I think she was getting a little uncomfortable with me next to her doing all this, especially with all that sweat drenched all over my shirt. You know, we gotta finish the workout with some weighted calf raises to be more specific. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the workout week for the push, pull, and leg day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys are enjoying the content. I'm more than happy to share my story with every single one of you. Stay disciplined and stay focused. See you guys.